is sold out in Australia because people are bulk buying it, even though COVID-19 doesn't actually give you diarrhea.
Let's talk about this.
Why, Australia? Why? Hey, I'm Nichola.
Hi, I'm Hugh.
And we're MKH. Okay, this has been unfolding in Australia for like the past week or so. Did we have something like that happen in Korea?
Not toilet paper, but hand sanitizer and masks. Mask is like big problem at the moment.
They're having to ration it, yeah. But okay, that makes sense, right? People are wearing masks so they don't transfer it or to protect themselves. I think the best thing is that they're not transferring it.
Yeah.
If they don't have symptoms of coronavirus. And of course, hand sanitizer. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, right? Why toilet paper in Australia?
Maybe they do lots of poop.
Australians on average poop more than other people. We have been watching this happen in Australia because of course we're an intercultural couple and I'm Australian and you've lived in Australia. We have friends in Australia, we have family in Australia. And I asked my friends and family to give us updates on this. So at first it seemed to be more of like a Sydney thing, like in the cities, but in my hometown this is a thing. My mum messaged me this morning saying that Dad went to like all the different supermarkets and all the toilet paper and paper towel. She wanted just paper towel because they've got enough toilet paper, but it's just all sold out. And you see these photos of the empty aisles, and like the toilet paper aisles are the whole aisle and it's everything is gone.
We've got some at the moment. It's just we don't run out for the next couple of weeks.
Hang on a minute, lady. For the next couple of weeks? Are you kidding me? That's enough for months. All these people have excuses, but they really have way too much toilet paper.
But I thought might as well just stock up just in case.
I bought like a packet for my girlfriend and a packet for myself.
Okay, this guy is saying that he did run out of toilet paper, so fair enough, he was using his flatmate's toilet paper. This employee is laughing about it, but some employees have been really stressed about it.
And it's just crazy, absolutely crazy. People are panicking. It's not that. We just make sure we always got enough work to do us every fortnight. The kids are getting run down.
This woman is just blaming her kids. She's like, oh, the kids need the toilet paper. I don't need the toilet paper. It's for the kids, I swear. Just for the kids.
And they've gone to like 3 or 4 Coles and Woolworths and shelves wiped clean.
That's infectious anyway. Ideas are infectious, so people latch onto these ideas and then that grows just like the virus does itself.
This guy actually seems pretty smart about it, how he's talking about it. And he was the one that said he was already using his flatmate's toilet paper. So fair enough. You're okay. But some of those other people, it's like people just are trying to find any excuse to justify it. Okay, do you remember what I said in our COVID-19 video before though?
You told the people to have the toilet paper.
Make sure they got toilet paper. Yeah. I mean, when I said make sure you've got
Maybe
toilet...
you say that
I put it in people's brains.
People...
What I meant was have enough toilet paper for like 2 weeks, right? If you got to self-isolate, it's 2 weeks. But people have been buying like 2 years worth of toilet paper.
I think I can still be okay without toilet paper.
I mean, bidets, like if someone's got a bidet, they're like, yes. So I'd already heard some people on my Facebook talk about that cafes didn't have any because they'd run out and people had been stealing the toilet paper because I guess there's all these people that have like so many rolls of toilet paper and then there's all these people that don't have any toilet paper because half the population has taken it and the other half is left. I don't know what the actual statistics on that are. So it was being stolen from cafes and restaurants and also stolen from kindergartens as well.
But I heard that 40% toilet paper they import and then 60% they make themselves in Australia. So
I didn't know that stat.
So now it's like bizarre. It's crazy at the moment, but sooner we'll be fine, I guess.
Let's have a look at what some of my family and friends are talking about. So one of my friends that works for a charity where they need to have toilet paper for the people there, for the people that are staying there. So their supplies are running low and they actually don't know what's going to happen. And also people on low or unpredictable incomes can't afford to bulk buy or like to buy a lot. So they're already vulnerable and then this puts them even in a more vulnerable situation. And a lot of my friends also were talking about they actually personally don't know anybody that bulk buyed like, you know, 10 packs of, you know, big packs of toilet paper.
Who are the people?
Well, that's why people are asking, who are the people and what's your justification? Like they're not really coming forward and and saying. And another of my friends said that she's very low income at the moment and she has enough toilet paper, but other things like the rice and tuna and frozen veg and that, some of these things are running out as well. Another friend said all the shops she went to had no toilet paper, as well as no tissues or like kitchen roll, paper towel. And there's also people that, you know, have health problems like MS that, you know, really need help like that. People are trying to get delivery, but even the delivery services are saying, you know, it's going to be a little while. There's also this rumor, so my friend said that the checkout ladies have said that it's people sending to people in Sydney. So everyone's then bulk buying in the country towns and then sending to Sydney. And then my brother came and said people in Port Macquarie are blaming Sydney people for driving up and taking the toilet paper, but it's actually local people buying it, hoarding it. So everyone's blaming the Sydney people. So we don't actually know what the truth is there. My friend also said that Coles and Woolies and Woolworths in my hometown have security people so people don't overbuy it. So I guess they're putting those measures in place now.
And Costco and many places you can buy only one pack of the toilet paper, not more than that.
Not more than that. My mum was told to go in the morning to Coles or Woolies. This is all the Australian supermarket names for people that don't know, as their deliveries come in the morning. She said, I obviously did not get up early enough as the shelves were bare when I got there. So the delivery came in, everything was taken right away, and by the time my mum got there, it was all gone. And my cousin said that Nowra has a similar situation with toilet paper, but she also has a theory that in that area, like, people have had a lot of stress because they bushfires and then they had floods, right? So there could be a psychological issue there that's a little bit more understandable, that people are hoarding the toilet paper there because they've already had so much stress. They're suffering from post-traumatic stress.
But like, why toilet papers? Like, I think like masks and sanitizers and some food is okay, but like toilet papers. I mean, if there is a flood, you can't use it. If
you can float away on the toilet paper,
or
like a raft.
No, you can't, because it will get heavy and can't.
Let me know in the comment section. Can you make a raft that will float from toilet paper?
No, you have to have something, you know, something to cover up.
It is a really weird thing because we haven't had that situation that much in Korea, and part of that is people bulk buy in Korea. Anyway, I made a comic about this, about you bulk buying the toilet paper. Like, that's why we're not even considering it, because every Korean home has 30 roll packs anyway. And then
that's normal.
And
that's toilet paper you use a lot.
And it's not sold out in the stores.
And also another thing is, in Korea we use toilet paper for not only for toilet. We use it for many
tissues
different
and other
types.
stuff as well.
So we use more.
Yeah, maybe it caters more to that as well. In Korea, also they have hand sanitizer everywhere publicly. And I posted a photo about this on my Facebook as well, and everyone was like, yeah, if that was in Australia, if that was in America, it would just be stolen right away. But in Korea, you don't have that type of theft usually, so there's hand sanitizer everywhere.
Yeah, and people are really not happy with the mask problem in Korea at the moment, but the price isn't really expensive as other countries.
Yeah.
Because the expensive one is $3. But that's a little too expensive. It's 3 times more expensive.
It's usually $1.
So people don't want to buy it. But if you pay $3, you can still buy.
I know in other countries like Australia and America, they are telling people not to hoard the masks because they need it for the medical professionals.
Yes.
And Korea has it a lot more under control, so they're rationing masks. Yesterday you couldn't send anything at the post office because all mail stuff was masks going out to people. And you will hear in Western media and Western medical doctors say you don't need a mask if you're healthy, blah blah blah, or they don't do much to stop it. But the reason why in Korea is you have everybody in your population wearing a mask, and it stops that transmission from people that don't have symptoms. I don't wear a mask because I'm going out and going, oh no, I'm getting coronavirus, I need to wear a mask. I'm wearing a mask because I could have no symptoms, and then I'm going out into the community with it. So I'm always wearing a mask. Everybody's wearing a mask.
One good thing is, like, Korea has really bad air, so the fine dust was really bad. Because of the reason why the government tried to make many the mask companies.
There's a lot.
That's
in
why
the population
we produce
anyway.
a lot of masks. But at the same time, so many people want the mask. That's why it's it's not enough.
Yeah. I mean, it's a much more logical situation than the toilet paper situation.
I saw the meme that Australian people protect by coronavirus
Yes,
with a bunch of
they
toilet
look like
papers.
mummies.
Yeah, like mummies.
Because it is such a bizarre thing. And my brother did say that things like rice and pasta and lentils and that type of thing are all gone as well. So the thing is, when you self-isolate, it's for 2 weeks. And, you know, Australia doesn't have a great delivery system the same way that Korea does. I think it's okay in Australia, though. Like, you can still order things online, I think, in a lot of places. But it's just 2 weeks of self-isolation. You don't need 2 years worth of food, or you don't need...
I think I saw Australian people's refrigerator. They already have a bunch of food.
Yeah, they
in there.
already got,
So
they
why
already
you
got
need-
the food. So I did see some things where people were interviewing people at the shop saying, why are you buying this much stuff? Like this much toilet paper? And they were like, oh, my friends did it and then I panicked and I did it as well. So
yeah,
it's
I think it's like domino. Like
yeah, exactly, dominoes effect.
Like if normal people they just wanna buy normal toilet paper, one pack of toilet paper, but everybody bought it, so
Yeah.
there is no toilet
They
paper.
freak
of
out
course,
and they
you freak
buy
out. You
more.
wanna buy more and more. I
Yeah.
think it's psychological stuff. Yeah.
But I think the you know, people like my family members and my parents, they're just trying to buy like one pack, right? And I think a lot of people are just trying to do that at the moment, so I understand their panic. But the people at the beginning, in the first few days of this, that would buy 10 packs, you see the pictures, you're an asshole.
And also I think Australia is a big country, so the space-wise, they have a space
Yes.
that they can put a
Yes, the
lot.
houses are a lot
But
bigger.
in Korea, you know, whole room should be all packed
Yeah.
with the toilet paper.
Which people still do. I mean, we've seen how much clutter.
But not like
We don't
whole
have the
toilet
space.
paper. It's wasting.
Also, you can talk about that. There is a campaign in Korea at the moment where younger, healthier people that are not in the risk category are not buying masks and making sure there's enough supply.
Because people who need masks
You
at the
want
moment,
the elderly people to have them.
they can take it.
Medical workers.
Yes.
Yeah, so there is that sort of campaign, and I think that's another thing, you know, you could get into about the difference between Western individualistic society and Korean community-orientated society. How selfish people can be in that. You know, people are stealing toilet paper from kindergartens just because they want to make sure they've got enough toilet paper. And then talking about like the really nastiness of this, people literally fighting over the toilet paper. So there's videos of this as well, of people literally fighting and the police has to be called.
And what we do in Korea at the moment, people who buy masks from people and they actually donate to people and they give it to someone who need. And then I saw so many like posts on Facebook. They saying I got this much, you know, this many masks. If someone who need, just let me know. And then they actually send it for free as well. People said, these days you can't see the humanism or something. But when there is this kind of problem, they show the humanism.
Yeah, I think these type of situations show the worst and the best of people as well. So there's an article on CNN that is about the psychology of like why people are buying toilet paper of all things. And so I think they've got about 5 reasons here. And the first one is that people resort to extremes when they hear conflicting messages. So the whole thing with the coronavirus is very new and people are hearing different messages about it. So you're hearing things like, oh, it's just mild, don't worry. But then you're also hearing people be like, you know, people are dying from this, you know, so many things are going to be affected. That's something that governments could do better, of like giving more guidelines for people.
Yeah, because there are so many fake news.
Yeah. Reason 2, some people are reacting to the lack of clear directions from officials. So yeah, like we were saying, so they hear that countries already have like mass quarantines and that, and people are buying up toilet paper and other stuff, like preparing for the same thing. So this article is saying, unless people have seen official promises that they will be taken care of, they're left to the probability, oh, we're going to need toilet paper, we're going to be trapped inside, we're going to be quarantined like that. Still, that's not really a good enough reason to buy that much toilet paper.
I mean, like, you can't, you can still survive without toilet
Yeah.
paper, right?
I think that the saddest thing is people who have IBS that need a lot of toilet paper, people have medical issues, and then people who...
They are the people who need.
Yeah, people living like below the poverty line that can't bulk buy. They have to buy week to week, you know, the small packs like that, because that's the only way they can manage the small amount of like money that's coming in. I saw like a really sad photo of a old guy, a pensioner, trying to find toilet paper, and then someone actually gave them the one that they had in their cart. You know, when people are bulk buying like that, they're not thinking about the community, and they're not thinking about the
They're all
disadvantaged things.
thinking about themselves.
Only themselves, yeah. And then reason 3 is that people panic buying causes more panic buying. So people are seeing the photos and the videos of there being no toilet paper at all. So then they're freaking out going like, I need to get toilet paper if there's not going to be any more toilet paper. Reason 4, it's natural to want to over prepare. So because of this, there's a sort of survivalist psychology that we got to live at home as much as possible, so people are stocking up on essentials and they're really panicking if they don't have toilet paper. Like you were saying, you can survive without toilet paper, but for a lot of people they think they can't survive without toilet paper. And reason 5, it allows some sense of control. I guess that's the sort of anxiety thing. And if a lot of Australians are suffering from some post-traumatic stress to do with floods and bushfires, then I could understand that as well, that they already have anxiety and the only thing they can do is go and buy lots of toilet paper. So I think maybe in some situations we can have a little bit of compassion, but I also think there's a lot of assholes as well, you know, and a lot of charities are really struggling as well. And I hope that this situation it gets better. If you have some questions as well about what it's like to be in Korea at the moment, people have been asking whether, you know, in a few months they've got trips coming to Korea. I feel like it might be okay to come, but the problem might be as it gets worse in other countries, you might be having to self-isolate once you get to Korea, and then there's no point of having like a nice time in Korea, right? I don't know. We've had to, think about cancelling a trip to Australia because of travel restrictions, and then just also the whole self-isolating for 2 weeks as well. There's no point going somewhere else when you've got to self-isolate like that.
And also another thing, I appreciate so many people say you can't make money from this video, but it's okay.
Yeah,
if we
it
can't
doesn't
make
matter.
money from this
Please
video.
don't comment with that, because like we know, and that's not a priority for us. And you know, maybe there's other YouTubers that really prioritize they want to make money off this. Like we know we can't make money from this, so
But it's okay, so don't
please
worry
don't
about
worry.
it.
Please don't worry.
And then if you worry about this, then you can watch the other videos we don't mention about coronavirus.
Yes, watch our other monetized videos. You can do that.
But we want to share our, our experience and feeling with you guys.
And also just the ridiculousness of the toilet paper epidemic, the toilet paper pandemonium. I don't know.
Ozzy.
Toilet paper. Okay, please subscribe to us if you haven't already, and you can check out comics on the blog. There's a new one every week, and we have social media. Social media on Instagram, I'm updating on the stories all the time about this, and Twitter, I'm retweeting a lot of stuff from journalists as well, so if you follow them, you'll probably see more stuff about what's actually happening in Korea with this as well.
And because of this kind of situation, we want to make more YouTube videos, so if you want to see something else, what we want to do, let us know.
Yeah, the problem is we can't go outside and film anything. There's so many things we want to do that we can't do at the moment. Okay, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, sisters, brothers.
Was that a James Charles reference? Was that James Charles? Like, bye, sister?
Yes.
What are you doing watching James Charles?
I don't know, it was on YouTube, so I just watched last night. Bye, sisters. Yeah.